Hi, I'm Colleen Rickenbacher, and welcome to A Moment of Etiquette. Today we're going to talk about handshakes, which is one of the very first impressions everybody makes on another person. It's one of the very first greetings that you will do, and it can either make or break, because handshakes, as you know, can be very bad or good, and it's always a very first impression and how you're going to remember that person. One of the biggest mistakes people make is when another person will come into their office, and how they enter and how you either stand up or don't will make all the difference in the world. And there is mistake number one. At least I stood up, but what did we do? We did a table shake. My first error is I should have walked around the table and met that person when they came in the room. If you don't stand up, the other thing that person, when they do come in, when they come in to greet you, is they can come around and meet you at least on the side of the table. At least it's not a table shake. And what I mean by a table shake is that you let this table divide you. I don't actually mean you jump up on the table and you start to shake, but you actually leave this divide you. And it could be in a restaurant, or it can actually be in your office when you come in. So if you're entering the room, at least come to the side of the table. Don't infringe too much on their space, but at least come to the side of the table. Again, shame on you for not standing up. You should always stand up to meet that person, because then it puts you on an equal balance. So again, I would stand up and at least meet her from here. But again, I should walk away from the table. A handshake in the United States, we stand about approximately 2.5 feet apart from each other. If you're meeting with a person either in the United States or in their country, it depends on their culture, their diversity. If it's another culture where it's a country where there may be Mexico, Italy, where it's a warmer country and their culture is a much touchy and they like all that, they're going to come very, 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 very close to you. Don't move away, because if you do, they're going to follow you as close as they can till you run up against the wall. Then they're going to shake their hand and maybe they're going to pat you or touch or whatever. If it's another culture where they like their space, more Asian country, then they may shake your hand, but then they're going to separate. Again, allow that separation. But in the United States, approximately 2.5 feet apart from each other. Make sure you're always shoulder to shoulder, feet to feet, heart to heart, and eyes to eyes. That way, when you know that person's name, hopefully you won't forget it. Now, the question always comes up, how many shakes? People say, oh, 10, 12, just keep on shaking. 2 to 3 is enough. That's all you need to do. Now, if she doesn't let go of my hand and she just keeps shaking my hand, and now we're going to start to dance a little bit, I may say to her, well, tell me what you do. She still may not release it, but she might release it just slightly, let go right away, and then you're done, and then you can carry on with your conversation. If people tend to touch and pat, don't feel that you have to keep touching and patting that person back. Let them go. If people give you a double shake and they put their hand up on top, don't feel that you have to keep building up and going with them, because then you'll never let go, and do that. She was nice enough to hold my hand and to return the handshake back. Some people don't want to, but yes, you should, because as humans, we're a lot cleaner than the buggies that you go into a grocery store or doors that when you leave a building. Just always carry a hand sanitizer. But as soon as she's done shaking my hand, I hope in front of me she doesn't get the hand sanitizer out and start sanitizing herself. At least let me walk away. The same thing if people's hands are maybe like wet or whatever. Don't run your hands down your pant legs, and let them walk away and then do all those types of things. There's a lot of little cues in there to remember. Now, people say, what about hugs and kisses? Some people love it, some people don't. In a business situation, kind of weigh that and determine which would be better. Is this the time and the place, especially if maybe you're up on stage or receiving an award, you might be so excited you might, or a business situation, you might want to consider that, or whomever the people may be around. People may shake your hand and pull you in for a nice little hug. Then you might reciprocate, make it quick and easy and be done. If not, maybe it's not the time or the place to do that. Just another tip also, if you are in a business situation and you're wearing a name badge, remember it goes on the right-hand side, because when you come in for your handshake, that's where your eye goes, it follows. Where your hand is, it follows that. So your name badge will always be on the right. and carry it in a nice situation. And the gentlemen want to carry it where their lapel is and where their pocket is, but it goes on the right with that. Just little tips that'll help you get through a situation, and thank you.